Okay, today Ronni Le Tekro is my guest for this episode. He is the founding member of the Norwegian heavy metal band TNT, a band that has sold around 4 or 5 million records worldwide. And he now has a new album out with the artist Ledfoot called Limited Edition Lava Lamp. And we're going to discuss that new album, some of the other guest appearances he's done, old stuff with TNT, and some new stuff with TNT. So all this and more coming right up. Okay, welcome, Ronni. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. Okay, so we got a new album here with another one with Ledfoot. This is called Limited Edition Lava Lamp, and I heard it was recorded in 8 days. So was it written in 8 days, or was the songwriting written like, were you sending each other tracks, or were you in the same room?
I came to the table with a few tracks, and Ledfoot did the same thing. So we had some stuff pre-written, but actually recording was and mixing was 8 days. So it was pretty compressed.
Okay, so like you just brought the songs in those 8 days. Did you kind of rework some of them in those 8 days in the studio?
Yeah, the band is most of it is based on live takes. So the whole band was just sitting in with us the whole time. So that was cool. Yeah, just like in the old days.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's go through some of the tracks. Like the first song called "Little Rosie." Tell me what that one's about, because it's kind of telling a story. Is that like a fictional story? Is that based on a true story?
Originally, it was a song I wrote in Norwegian language, native Norwegian language, and Tim kind of translated it and made it into a different topic, a more heavy topic, because it's actually a murder ballad, Little Rosie, she's got this boyfriend, Johnny Jazz, and he's doing all the wrong things, and he dies from a bullet hole in the middle of his head, etc. And Little Rosie, she's doing speed and ecstasy and all the stuff you're supposed to stay away from.
Yeah, beautiful song. It's dark.
Thank you.
Yeah,
dark,
yeah, it's kind of like got a cool mix on this album. Like "Crying," the second song that's kind of like a slower, sad song, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's like melancholic, crying, dark, melancholy in some way. It's obviously kind of a song about not lost love, but kind of trying to see and appreciate the person you're with when the person is there, or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it then. I think my favorite song is the third one, "Ego in the Coffin," which is kind of, it's almost doesn't fit with the rest of the album, because a lot of the album is more slower acoustic folk kind of music. This one's a little more rockin'. It's electric. It's got that really cool, I would call it like an evil bluesy riff. It kind of reminds me of Guns N' Roses a little bit. How did that song come about? Because I think that one is my favorite.
I have an American friend called Bob Eichen, and he used to say, and he said, "Oh, his ego is so big that you can't fit it in the coffin with him." And when Ledfoot heard that line, he said, "Oh, we just got to write a song, The Ego in the Coffin." So he went ahead and did the lyrics. And while I wanted like an upside down kind of rock bluesy riff, so that's what you hear. It's like, I don't know. It's to me it sounds fresh anyway.
Yeah, no, I love. So you came up with that riff, because the riff is like amazing.
Yeah, that's the typical Ronni Le Tekro riff.
Okay. And then the song "How Hard Is It?" That's another kind of a slower, kind of a ballad with some blues acoustic. Is that a keyboard playing on that, or that's not real strings, is it?
We used Mellotron, like a real Mellotron, 70s Mellotron, for the entire album, pretty much, with the different sounds. So yeah, that's probably what you hear, and maybe some pedal steel effects here, and also I do some whammy stuff with my guitar that maybe sounds like violins here and there.
Okay, yeah. And then like "Never Use Your Eyes," that's kind of got like a gypsy vibe, I would say, and then kind of similar to the limited edition Lava Lamp. That one's kind of got the psychedelic, and obviously the song Sailor. I mean, that just screams 60s. Was there a lot of 60s kind of influence for this album?
I would say so. You're right on track here, my friends. Because what we were looking for was like a late 60s, early 70s vibe. And how they recorded it and worked it out as well. We were just looking for that kind of same vibe. At the same time, we didn't want to sound like a museum, you know, so it's obviously more modern technology than back then.
Absolutely, yeah. And then the song Sister, that was inspired, or that's a cover actually from the song Sister from the movie Color of Purple. And that was you were really inspired by that movie. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think the message of the movie is great. And then when I heard the original many years ago, I started fooling around with it and tried to sing it an octave below with the man's voice. Then, of course, I had to alter the lyrics because the original is from a sister to a sister. Well, this one had to be to a sister from a brother.
Right. Yeah. No, that's really cool. And then the last song is This Hurtful Game. It's another kind of a dark, sad song, like emotional pain. When you write these kind of sad songs, is it cathartic, or is it like hard to write it because you're harnessing these dark emotions?
I think I write brighter lyrics than maybe Ledfoot does. So when he gets his flavor, puts his flavor on it, it tends to become darker than my approach. But hey, it's like delicious darkness.
Yeah, no, I love it. So fans can pre-order this album now, and one of them it's a limited edition vinyl copy, right?
Yeah, it is a picture disc, I think, even with so we're doing it the old school way.
Yeah, when I was reading it though, I think I almost screwed up because I thought it said that you could order a limited edition lava lamp, like an actual lava lamp, and I was like, oh, I thought that was such a good idea. Like, you guys should do that. Right?
Yeah, we
Wouldn't
should.
that be cool?
Well, thank you for giving me a great business idea, man. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, of course.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a limited edition lava lamp, of course.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. Are you guys gonna do any live shows to support this record?
We're starting in October. We're doing a tour in Scandinavia, October, November. Prior to that, I'm doing quite a few TNT shows, different festivals this summer in Europe, this spring and summer with the TNT.
Yeah, how's that going, the TNT reunion? You have all these shows lined up.
It's going okay. I've become friends again and started rehearsals, and a lot of concerts are popping up all over the world, a lot of offers. So yeah, I think this is the chance to see TNT the next year or two.
Yeah, I've never seen them, so hopefully you'll come to the US. You did it.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. What about, and would there be a new album with Tony?
We're discussing maybe putting out an EP maybe to start with, but it's nothing settled. So, but I can say we're working on new material, definitely.
Okay, yeah, because I know
we just want it to be fucking amazing and grand before we release anything. So,
sure, no, that makes sense. I know before Tony rejoined the band, you stayed friends with him, and you were talking about doing kind of a Page Plant type of album. Is that still on the table?
It's strange that you mention it, because we did a tour together this fall. We did a tour in Norway, 15 shows, where we did kind of do that with a kind of avant-garde, with a lot of movies, dancers, actors, and different type of material. And that was really successful and fun to do. So, yeah, we've been discussing it, and we still are.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I look forward to both of those. How do you keep such a good relationship with Tony where he can leave the band and come back and there's no hard feelings? Like, you stay friends with him through all that. It seems very mature.
It is. I mean, we respect each other, and we've had our struggles, me and him too, but we overcome that. So we are, spiritual and musical brothers, I guess. So And hey, shit happens in life, so whatever, we don't look back, we just continue forward. Or yeah.
Okay, so how do you, when you have your struggles, how do you get through that? Because there's so many other younger bands I feel like could take a page out of your book and learn from this.
Yeah, I think we should maybe be like in the music schools, how to survive 42 years without killing each other or something.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard. I think it's hard to keep kind of a legacy and a band name up there for 42 years. It takes a lot, but hey, we did it. So.
Yeah, no, it's really, you know what I love about TNT? It's so funny. I realize this. The songs are so catchy, but you can't sing along to them. I was trying to sing along to a TNT song yesterday. I'm like, I can't sing this. I can't hit these notes.
Yeah, it's something mystical about the sound.
Yeah, when you're playing live, do people try to sing along to the songs? Because they can't sing that high.
Yeah, they sing on the obvious tracks like Seven Seas, 10,000 Lovers. But of course, they sing an octave below, maybe.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
my favorite TNT song, or one of them, has got to be Everyone's a Star. And it's so interesting when I listen to that song now, it seems like it's written for today's times with all the social media. Everyone's got a TikTok or a podcast or a band. They're all promoting themselves like they're a star, but it was written in the 80s. So what were you guys talking about back then?
Wow, that's so weird that you say that, because I didn't think about it like that. But it's obvious. It's suddenly the lyrics are contemporary. I think it was more a message that everybody was a star, that they didn't have the tools of internet. They were not able to be stars. So that when the band told them that you have the same value as us, that was, I think, the message. Which wasn't in the 80s, which was the most commercial stuff, when everybody was singing about pussy and all that stuff, right? And TNT will come with songs like Listen to Your Heart, Everyone's a Star, 10,000 Lovers in One. I mean, a lot of these are positive topics.
Yeah, no, I love it. And like, I was listening to the song Tonight I'm Falling, and I listened to that song and I thought, this is so catchy, and it felt like it took me back to like the 80s, like not in a bad way. It was just very nostalgic, like it reminded me I was like in the 80s movie. Do you ever get nostalgic when you listen to old TNT songs, or have you played them so many times that the memories have kind of like gotten blurred?
No, sometimes when I get the same things. Sometimes if I listen to it, I get the time travel. Suddenly I'm in the back seat in the car in California, and it's Friday night, and I'm young and free. A little of that kind of feeling, do you know?
Yeah, no, that's great. So you have a lot of good memories of those times.
Oh, definitely. And all the friends I made, both in all over Europe and America, and all the interesting people I met through this journey. It's been, I'm happy and content.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's interesting. I was reading about the TNT Wikipedia yesterday, and the album Knights of the New Thunder. I didn't realize the original album cover featured these like naked ladies, and it was censored everywhere except Japan. Did that piss you off, or did you kind of realize it's probably going to get censored, or what did you think of that?
No, we didn't realize that, because we came from pretty sexually free, Scandinavia. So the tits has never been a thing, because women, they're topless on all the beaches, right?
I need to go to Scandinavia.
Yeah, there's no limitations where you can turn yourself topless.
But it was banned in your own country too, right?
Excuse me?
The album was banned in your country, though, wasn't it?
Oh, no. It came out here, in Japan and Norway,
Oh, those are the only two then. Okay.
Yeah, only to the rest of the world censored it. All the territories.
Yeah. When you look back at your catalog with TNT, is there any songs that you think maybe should have been bigger hits that didn't?
I think maybe My Religion from my Religion album, and maybe a song called Perfectly from that album, I think is maybe one of my favorites.
Okay. Well, and what about I know when I talked to Tony, I don't think he was too big of a fan of the Realized Fantasies albums. Do you feel the same way? Like you were, I think you said
Yeah,
something
yeah,
about how they kind of tried to force you guys to be something that you weren't.
yeah. I think we both have the same feeling. It was that album was a struggle because of the interference from the business people. Because we were the guys that had the code. We knew how to do this, and suddenly we got a lot of chefs running around cooking some fucking shit.
Yeah, like they were like you were saying earlier, like you guys weren't really singing about chasing women and stuff. It was different, and they were trying to make you kind of more of a party band.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah. So now you get to, isn't that kind of the advantage now? Like you have a lot more freedom. You don't have these major labels that are kind of breathing down your neck. You have a lot more freedom with the smaller labels, right?
Definitely. At the same time, I missed the big label days. You know, of, obviously because of the economy too, but also the whole distribution thing. That music was more visible, you know, everywhere.
Yeah. How do you stand out like with this new album? I mean, obviously you're doing press for it, and you're trying to get the word out, but how else can you stand out? Because there's so much music out there. How do you get the word out about a new album?
I just try to promote it consistently, and I realize it's just a part of the same path. Like you see, I constantly release new material with some, you know, solo albums or with other people. So for me, it has become a musical journey more than getting some recognition or stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Is it more for your creative process? Like it just feels
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I do this for my own head now, create new music and yeah, to kind of fix traumas and give the world hopefully some good riffs and some
yeah.
good songs.
No, I love it. It's a good album. It's I mean, hopefully TNT fans will give it a chance because it is different than TNT, but it's still
Oh
good.
yeah,
And I think I like what you said about, maybe doing an album like a Page and Plant with Tony because you guys have grown up and you're older and that's okay. I think it's cool to make music that sounds like that. Like this one that you made with Ledfoot. It's cool.
thank you.
Yeah. But to talk about too about your relationship with Zakk Wylde, because I know he's a big fan of you. You're a fan of him. What kinds of interactions do you guys have? Would you ever collaborate on a project or something?
Oh yeah, I would if he called me. We met twice, and both times has been a really cool time. So I respect him so much. He was so kind and sweet to with me. So yeah, that's a great guy. So
Have you
I
ever
wish him all the best.
you never done any shows with him? Because I know he has a couple different projects that he's involved with.
Yeah, I've been playing with my own solo band. I played the festival when he did his solo band some years ago. I can't remember, maybe 7, 8
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah.
Then TNT supported Ozzy Osbourne when he played with Ozzy. So,
Oh, that's really
we.
cool. Yeah, that's neat. I was looking at your bio and how many guest appearances you've done. Holy crap. Like you've done so many guest appearances. And I was looking through and I saw one that stood out to me. It was you did work on Twisted Sisters album, but I couldn't figure out, it was the Love is for Suckers album. I think one thing said you did the arrangements and another thing said you played. So which did you do the arrangements or did you play? Or was it both?
I think it was Red Beach or the other guys. I think Eddie or something that played that stuff. But I wrote a few riffs on like 5, 6 songs. I made Me and the Boys and a few of those songs I remember. So and I also and still have a great relationship with D. Snider.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a character.
Yeah, so I stayed with at his house for a period of time when we worked on some of that stuff, and his wife Suzette, she made some of the cool clothes I was wearing in the 80s, 90s.
Oh yeah.
And And we did a commercial together. I wrote a commercial where that he sang on 5 years ago. A commercial in Norway, a TV commercial. So we still have, you know, some connection.
Oh, that's cool. I have to Google. I didn't see that. Is there any other upcoming guest appearances that you have? Like, it seems like you're so busy with that.
Now I'm producing a couple of young acts now. Other than that, I'm pretty much keeping focused on the TNT stuff for a while.
Oh, okay.
But trust me, I'm going to keep on releasing psychedelic albums forever.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, when the producing, what is that like? Because I always ask artists that, like, hey, do you ever want to help like produce or mentor or manage a young band? And most of them say no. So that's really cool that you're doing that. You're kind of helping out. Are you giving a lot of your music business experience to these younger bands when you produce them?
Yeah. I love to build them. I try to help them out with record deals, all this stuff. And I think that's a really good thing. It gives me a lot of energy to do it.
Yeah, I love that. I always try to help people out. I always try to end each episode promoting a charity. Is there a charity that you've worked with or that you want to promote here at the end?
Yes, my friends. I would like to promote Amnesty International.
Okay, explain to me.
Which is an organization that kind of protects human rights everywhere. People that are in prison for various political stuff. It could be in China, you know, all these countries where they put people in prison for no reason, or political prisoners all over the world. So it's Amnesty International.
Yeah, okay, I've definitely heard of that. Yeah, I guess I forgot what that was about. That sounds great. And yeah, I know you were talking before about how you guys are kind of, you're not in the war with Russia, but your country borders them, so it's kind of like something that's concerning.
Yeah, it's a little bit hot. Then again, in Norway, we have a long history with Russia in peace. So, and Russia, they know they can't win a winter war in Norway because we're a mountain country. And like Afghanistan, you saw what happened in Afghanistan with the Russians, or even with the NATO forces.
Yeah,
we get kicked. Yeah. Any intruder, they get kicked out of mountain countries, right?
Yeah,
so we don't fear the Russians like in the military sense. But if I get on the plane. From here, it just takes an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm in Kyiv, right? Wow. In Ukraine. That's so close.
Yeah. So
then you kind of get the perspective. If you get on the plane in the US, 1.5 hour, 1:45. That's how close it is.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like, I know you're not a fan of Putin, and I heard you talking about some song that you wrote called Putin my ass. Yeah, I was looking for that. When is that coming out? And what is that under your solo or?
No, I was thinking about holding it for a little while until the Russians have lost the war. So
okay. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing that. People should check out the new album with you and Ledfoot called Limited Edition Lava Lamp, which hopefully they can get a real lava lamp soon. That would be cool. And
I'll follow you.
Yeah, shows with TNT as well. Maybe US. I hope. I would almost fly out for this. What is it called? The Tons of Rock Festival. This looks amazing. It's got Guns N' Roses, Skid Row, Pantera, Hailstorm, and you guys. Yeah. It's going to be a really fun show. So cool. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Anything else?
Nothing, sir. I hope to see you soon in America.
Okay, sounds good. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye from Europe.
Well, that was a fun one. Ronnie was great to talk to. Such a great guitarist and songwriter. Check out the new album with him and Ledfoot. Again, it's called Limited Edition Lava Lamp. And catch him on tour with Ledfoot or TNT. And also keep an eye out for possibly new music from TNT. Besides seeing his show or buying his new music, you can support Ronnie by following him on social media and liking and commenting on his stuff. Much the same way you can support this podcast. So also make sure you are subscribed to this show wherever you listen or watch. Have a great rest of your day and shoot for the moon.